Most of the time, when you train a new crew in a building, you've already cleaned the building yourself. One of the advantages of having done that is that you know the building, what's involved, and all the unique things about the building. When your office offers you a new building, even if you plan to hire a crew, you may clean it yourself or with the crew for a few weeks or months to learn the building and get it up to our standard. When we get a new building, it's usually because it hasn't been well maintained by the previous cleaning company. That's one of the reasons we were brought in. The initial condition is below our usual standards, which means the first few cleanings will take longer than the typical ongoing time frame. Whether or not the building is new to you or just new to the crew, I'm going to tell you some things I've learned in training crews over the past 10 years. Make sure you tell them the first week may feel tough, but it's important to remember it will get easier. Once we bring the building up to standard and establish our regular cleaning routines, the job will become more manageable and efficient. To recognize the extra effort involved during this initial phase, you might consider offering additional support by bringing in extra people to clean, extra pay for the first few cleanings, or stepping in personally to help with the workload. You're going to train the crew to do everything you've learned in many of the training modules you've watched. Everything from parking in the correct area of the parking lot, unlocking the door, locking themselves in, disarming the alarm, and checking the logbook, to cleaning the whole building, restocking the brute for the next night's work, arming the alarm, and locking the door. One other thing that's very important is that they text you each time they enter the building, every single night. We have crews check the logbook and then text us that they're there. And if there's a note in the logbook, they take a picture and send it to us so we can respond. When they lock the door when they leave, they text us that they're done. If they forget to do this ongoing, they aren't going to work out. You need to know who is in your buildings and that the cleaning is being done. We have another module about coaching a specific task that includes showing the person how to do the task, letting them do that, giving them feedback, redemonstrating if necessary, and then letting them do it on their own, and then inspecting. Please keep this in mind throughout this module. Also remember that we have hired them as contractors, not employees. And one of the distinctions between the two is that for contractors, we show and tell them what we want the building to look like at the end of each night. You're going to show them the most efficient way to do that. But if they want to do things in a different order or divide things in a different way from the way we show them, they can do that, as long as they meet our standards and they clean in the window of time we've given them. Okay, now let's talk about this as if you have a two-person crew to train, because that's the ideal. Remember from the module about daily and detail cleaning that we divide the cleaning tasks into two parts so that each person cleans one part. One team member will focus and be trained on offices and common spaces, emptying the trash, dusting, wiping down surfaces. The other will be trained on restrooms, break rooms, and floors, emptying trash, refilling supplies, sanitizing fixtures, wiping counters and mirrors, sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming. This allows each person to get hands-on experience with a specific area while receiving focused training. It also prevents feeling overwhelmed on the first day. After a few days doing the one set of tasks, the team members switch responsibilities. The person who did the offices will now be trained on restrooms, break rooms, and floors, and vice versa. This cross-training ensures everyone becomes comfortable with all aspects of the job and promotes team flexibility. This helps reinforce teamwork and ensures everyone is confident with the full scope of responsibilities. We've used this method successfully many times, and it continues to produce fast learners and confident crews. After being trained in both areas, the crew will decide who does what ongoing, but will also be able to fill in for each other if one can't work on a given night, and also to support the other if one works faster than the other. It's important to set expectations with your crews, especially with the first few weeks, so that they don't get discouraged. Cleaning will take longer, either because the building has been neglected, or because the crews don't know the building yet, or both. Each time they clean, it will get cleaner and it will get easier. As they learn the layout and develop muscle memory, everything becomes faster and easier. Encourage your crews to ask questions and be patient with themselves and with you. You've already provided them with the work scope when you hired them. Invite them to go over the work scope again after they've cleaned the building. It'll make much more sense after they've been through the cleaning process. They or you can make a checklist of things to do in each area. When we've trained crews, we don't give them a key until we know that they're going to work out. We meet them at the building when they start, and we meet them when they're done. Once we know they're good to go, we give them the key. Each night you must check the work of the crews, either while they're there or after they've left. Give them feedback and support on the things they've done well and the things that they've missed or need to work on. The building is cleaner every night Compliment them on that and let them know that they're making a difference to our customer. You must inspect every night until they go 3 or 4 nights without missing anything. Each night the crew will gain confidence in their tasks. Be supportive, be patient, respond in an understanding way to their questions, commit to helping them succeed. Responding positively will set the tone for your communication and build a strong and honest relationship. Let them know that they're there not just to clean, but to help raise the standard. The difference they'll make in this building will be seen and appreciated by everyone who works there. Encourage them to stick with the process and they'll succeed.